Hello everyone, welcome back to our stream. We are back with more Dutchy, Grand Duchy of Shantal. Um, we are basically down a few people, but that's okay. We're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be having a fun time. And Kevin, you switching your camera is throwing me off. Um, so other than that, let's start with our introductions. I'm Nick, and I play Jonim Ra, the Ergenazi Rogue Sorcerer. After getting zapped with lightning, we decided, hey, let's not fuck with that copper. Let's just melt it. Um, and that's not all I can say. I'm trying to find my contact, and I've had no luck so far. Um, I'll switch it up to let's go with Oliver.
It's hard to see without context.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm Oliver, and I will be playing the Goblin Big Game Hunter Bosk. Guy who's in it to kill the most dangerous stuff he can, and in order to kill stuff, he needs a lot of money. That's his motivation. He's got a mohawk, an eye patch, smokes a cigar, normal goblin stuff. And again, I'll try to keep his voice going for as long as I can. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. So that's me, and we'll pass it off to the last party member that's here tonight, Derek.
Hi, it's Derek. I play Dudley Draven. I'm a human hexblade warlock. I don't know why I stumbled upon that, and I've serve as a guide in the woods. I have a gambling issue. Let's not call it a problem. Let's call it an issue. And that's pretty much all there is about me. Oh, and I have a sentient backpack, but he's way background, so won't see him too often. Kevin.
All right, so I'm Kevin. I DM this game. I'm definitely not in control, but this is brand new. Last week was our first session. The basically what's going on is Jonan Ra is seeking a contact that he was told to meet in the area who went missing several months ago. Sorry. And she tracked down a rumor that the contact was last seen in the area of this dungeon that you're in. So that's why we're here. We're searching for that missing person. So far, you found a massive green slime, which led to a lot of fun and frolic, and cigarette burns.
Yes.
You also found the corpse of a woman who had been stabbed through the heart with some type of ceremonial dagger. Details are very sketchy on what's going on there, but that woman is a local who's been missing for about a month. Setting that new mystery aside, you guys then went to these large set of brass doors that were boarded with an electrical trap. And using that green slime you had found earlier to dissolve enough of the doors to slide through, that's where we find ourselves right now. You see yourselves a long corridor stretching in front of you. A high ceiling with tapestries kind of hanging, rotting from the walls, falling in tatters. The ones that are still recognizable have different types of like coats of arms or heraldry on them for long dead nobility. As you walk down this wide corridor, you see at the end of the hall there's a pair of large iron doors which are shattered off their hinges and kind of like laying in a pile on either side. Then there are two doors to the left on this corridor as well. These are more like basic interior doors, solid and in place, but nothing armor plated or anything like that.
So the doors.
So the doors are.
Oh,
I'm sorry, go
sorry.
ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was say the doors on the right are already down. We don't really. It looks
The
like
doors at
from
the end of the hall are
at the
blown
end
apart.
are blown apart. Okay, and then they're heavier ones on the right, and then the left are just kind of more like you said, in like an interior door.
Nothing on the right. There's doors at the end of the hall,
Yeah. Okay.
and then
I got.
two sets of doors about 10 feet apart from each other on the left side of the corridor.
Okay. I'm sorry, Nick. Whatever you were gonna say now. I'm sorry.
I was actually going to ask the same exact thing. So.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Does the damage to the doors, is there any sign that this is recent, or does this look like something that would have happened a long time ago in the dungeon's history? Because we know that this place has been, people have been through here.
If you go up to him and give him an inspection,
I'll do that.
yeah, roll investigation on that.
11.
All right. Um, it looks like some type of explosive device was used to breach this door. You can see like the area near the latching mechanism in the center is just blown apart. Everything is cold to the touch. There's some dust involved. Like one corner has spider webs on it. So it's not been recent. Now that you're up here, though, you can see into the room. It's a large, wide room, probably stretching about 60 feet left to right. On the far wall, there's a raised dais with a battered and busted throne sitting in the center of it, up against the back wall. Above this throne, there's a giant mural on the wall that is animated, and it's showing a scene of Jins and Ifrits fighting each other in a desert area.
Okay.
Huh. This seems. I want to kind of study this a little bit more, to see if I can figure out if it actually. What's it called? If it sparks any
Sure.
interest from me.
As you walk into the room, you notice that there are 4 additional doors in this room. They're on. You're walking into the room facing west. So on the far west wall, directly in front of you as you come in, on the extreme right and extreme left, there are doors. And
Okay.
opposite those, on the east wall, there are also doors, which would be more or less behind you as you enter the room. When you go up and inspect that mural, Jonah, give me a history check.
Okay. A history check. Hopefully this should be good. That'll be an 11.
Okay. There's been a lot of wars like this, but this one may be nearby. Something to do with the founding history of Kalimshan, a nearby nation across a fairly small sea.
Okay. Yeah, I'm intrigued, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. You know, the Jinns. You know, we as the Erjanazi are descendants, and I'm trying to figure out if this is something. I can't put my finger on it, but it must be something related to nearby happenings.
Jonah, I got a question, actually. I don't remember if we covered this before. This contact of yours, is she a Genasi too, or what are we looking for here?
Well, they're probably going to be dressed the same as me, but I don't actually, off the top of my head, know. I would assume so, because
Yes,
that's
they
who
are.
most of the people are, but...
Because this is a real weird place to meet your contact, you know? Did anyone ever tell him to just get an inn room in the town? A lot simpler.
Well, this was not actually the place I was going to meet them at. It was going to be on the outskirts of your your little dwelling area, but unfortunately that never happened, and this is the only lead that I have so far.
Well, that's suspicious.
Yeah, you're
While
telling me.
while they're having that conversation, and they've gone forward to the end of the hall, look at the busted doors and the murals, I've kind of just taken a couple of steps backwards to the doors on the left,
Mhm.
like the nearest one. Just want to creak that door open and just take a look inside.
As you get down the hall, the first one or the one closest to the broken doors?
Would be the one closest to the broken doors, because I followed them and I'm just backing up to the one closest to the
Okay.
broken doors.
So you peek into that room, and it's kind of a lot of furniture scattered about here, and it's in a very rotted, dilapidated state, just like everything else you've seen so far. There's another door on the far wall across from you. That one is a bit more ornate. It's like got wood carving in it, and someone put some time to make it look a bit fancy. But the general purpose of this room would be kind of a meeting reception area.
Okay. And I'll quietly shut the door and walk back up there, wondering if they actually noticed me or not while they were having their conversation. But I saw a fancy door, guys. Folks, people, all of it.
Oh, okay.
Collectively.
Let's investigate then.
I understand the moving pictures are interesting, and I think they are. But if you've seen two groups of supernatural beings fight each other once or twice, you've seen most. What Anyway, there was a door back there that they had like some fancy woodworking on it. I'm not saying we have to go to it right now, but I just wanted to tell you it's there. So
Well, Jonah, this contact of yours, I know you've never met him,
Mm-hmm.
but you got this spy thing going on. Are there any, like, signs you guys have set up that, if a contact gets lost in a big, scary dungeon, you might mark a path?
There would be paths, or not paths, I'm sorry. There would be something. But as far as I know, I haven't seen anything related to it. It would have been, a marking either on the wall or on the floor.
Yeah.
Subtle
that's
yet.
assuming.
You got kind of like a system of like symbols that you can work out that mean you can pass messages by like a chalk drawing or something like that.
Wouldn't
Right.
that be?
But you have not seen any of those so far.
Wouldn't that be assuming though that your contact made it here on their own power? We've already seen one sacrificed villager here.
That's what I'm
that-
afraid of, that they might have
yeah.
been taken here, against
Yeah.
their will.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess one door is as good as another. Lead on.
Okay. Now, what doors were there again? Just to remind me, just to refresh me.
You have 4 doors in this room, and Dudley, you're almost entirely certain that one of the doors here leads back into the room you just explored from the hallway. The other 3 going clockwise. There's basically one at each, at all the cross compass points. So northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast. You got a door.
If we were trying to find the that one hallway with all the statues where we had been clued in that there was some sort of something there.
That would be up to the right, and
Okay.
in the north side.
All right. Well, we'll worry about that later then. We might as well just start with the door that Dudley already looked in, because at least we know it's not going to explode. It's a good place to start.
Yeah, but uh, you know, I gotta admit though, that's some decent work to keep that animated for this long and this kind of thing. But
Yeah, that's a major type of enchantment to run an illusion or something of that nature that's long. Um,
so you gotta admire whoever did that. But
Dudley, while
like
you're looking over at that, you've got, I believe, you've got that good passive perception check. Um,
absolutely.
at the bottom ledge of the picture, like in the picture frame, there's a series of uh, like 3 spherical stones, and then a whole bunch of little like sockets that they can sit into. Now the stones themselves, there's a white, red, black, but they're not labeled in any way.
Hold it. What's that? And I'll like be pointing to it, walking over to it, like getting close and showing, drawing their attention to that those gems in the hole. It's they're basically kind of like cups, the holes in this thing, or is it like a
Sort of
socket
like
kind of
the, like some of those refrigerator doors have those little things that you're supposed to set eggs into so they can get stuck there forever.
thing? Yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yep,
like that, but without egg.
okay.
Well, looks to me like it was probably something valuable that was pried out and looted long ago, sadly.
Well, when you mentioned that, the throne looks like it has had several gems and jewels pried out of it.
Huh. I look at it and I initially get excited because I think it's a sign, but I'm like, oh, no, these are just gems. But I would like to actually investigate just a little bit further to see if I can notice anything out of the ordinary about it.
When you take one of the stones and pick it up, the image stops, which is like freezes in place.
Well, now you broke it. Good job.
Well, let me try and put it back and see if that fixes it.
You put it back in the same hole you picked it up out of, and the image just like starts moving again.
Oh, and how many gemstones were there? Were there?
There's 3 stones and like 7 or 8 holes. We'll go with 8.
Oh, this is a puzzle, I believe. I'm gonna try and pick up another stone. Take it out for a few seconds, watch the image, and then I'm gonna put it in a different hole.
Okay. So you pick up one of the stones and you move it a couple of spaces to the right. And there you see the image completely like shifts to a different location. It's a room with magical words written in primordial um, all across the walls. And at the center of this room, there's a giant clear crystal form,
I can read
just kind of like
primordial.
rotating in the center of it. And then as you look more at that crystal, uh, you can see the faces of various elementals like inside, trapped and trying to get out.
I think that is kind of terrifying, but I'm not going to pay that too much attention. What kind of catches me are the primordial things because I can read it, and I would like to see like what.
It's names of different elementals and jinns, ifrits.
Oh wow.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Let's see. That would be a nat 20 plus 2, so 22.
Okay. It might have something. It probably has something to do with the beings trapped inside that gem. This is their names written in there as part of the binding to keep them in place. So this is all like a very complicated prison.
Oh, and I'm probably going to assume that I'm gonna probably say, okay, so what those are bindings basically. Those are the names And I'm going to point out those are the names of these individuals that are trapped
Yeah,
within
the
here.
two names that stand out the most because they're in the largest font, that's always important, are Callum and Memnon. And those kind of trigger a recollection for anyone who's proficient in history. They're two of the elemental figures that were prominent in Callum Shan's origin story.
Oh dear.
Somebody is very interested in the elemental beings, aren't they? I mean, that would I think you would trap them there to use their power, right?
I wouldn't say use their power, but rather imprison them forever.
Yeah, yeah. It looks more like the type of prison that should have no exit.
Okay, well that's stupid then. You trap a being like that to use its power. You don't just leave them somewhere where they're not handy for you.
Well, here's the problem with that. If you trap them for their power, then they could escape. There's a higher probability of that. Those two prisons are designed differently.
I understand that. And I understand the chance for it, but power is so much more important than imprisonment. I'm
But
sorry.
this may be
I
just a
don't-
holding cell and honestly a vision for those with a warning saying do not repeat history. So that is what we're seeing
Okay,
here.
well, if we find the prison, don't let him out. We got that down.
Agreed.
Dudley,
Wait a second. Let
Yeah.
them out. If you let them out, they might give you a favor, right? They do all that wishing stuff, right? That's true, right?
That is a big no coming from coming from an individual who has some experience with jinns. That is absolutely not true.
Listen, you lock something up for long enough, it goes insane, you let it out, nothing good's gonna happen.
Look, I'm mostly kidding. I know a lot about crazy, insane things bubbling up from under prisons and lockdown. I mean, maybe I don't. You know what? Never mind. So what you were saying?
Yeah, just to be clear, this is a picture of the prison, not a prison itself.
I mean, it's pretty and all, but I don't think this gets us any closer to your contact, Jonah.
No.
Why don't you
Let
move
me-
it over again? Yeah.
Let me try something else, and I'm gonna take another stone and move it over a peg or two.
Okay, so a different configuration.
Yes. Yep.
This one, you get again, everything like swirls together and comes up in a completely new location. And what you see here is a Jinn who is ruling over like a court proceeding. You know, he's situated on a throne in this grand hall, and there are two sides kind of arguing a point in front of him. Now, there's no sound to accompany this, and no dialogue that you can see, but it looks like it's a point where this being was in charge. You're fairly certain this is another scene from something in Callum Shan's history, and you can probably make the quick guess that each of the many different configurations for these three stones would show a different scene from Callum Shan's history.
Well, these history lessons are good, but this is not gonna help us get any closer to our end goal.
I just said that.
So you're saying these gems are really not necessary?
They're not gems; they're stones. They're just
Okay.
If they were
shiny.
gems, I
They're
would have
shiny.
pocketed them.
No, I'm looking at the throne.
Oh, all of the gems from the throne are already missing. Someone
They're
got
already
to those ahead of time.
Okay.
It does look like there's some of the pieces of the throne have fallen off, It might have been like hollow inside.
I think I want to do one thing. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I want to sit
I
down.
already do.
I want to sit down across the throne and basically check it, like the edges, because when you sit down you lose change out of your pockets, etc.
Before he
Like
actually sits on the throne, I'm just gonna like sidle off to the side so that when it explodes, I'm not gonna be anywhere in the blast radius.
Okay. Well, on the bright side, it does not explode.
Okay.
It does, however, grab you. As like the arms of the throne just kind of like wrap up around you, and then you can see that big gaping maw of a mimic appear out of the back of the chair and try to gnaw on Dudley.
I'm gonna
great.
go investigate the other doors.
That's no problem. Go ahead. I've got this solved. Got this solved altogether.
No, he doesn't. We need him alive. Come on.
All right, fine.
I would like some initiative checks as you find your first of probably many mimics.
5. I was too busy looking at the stones.
Oh, I got a natural 1, so it's actually a 4.
So all of us were too busy looking at the stones while he went off and got grabbed by the chair.
I was busy moving away because I knew something bad was going to happen, and I didn't want it to happen to me.
All right, so Bosk
13.
on 4.
16 total.
Okay, Jonam
Got a 5.
on 5, and
Yep.
Dudley on, what'd you say, 16?
16, yes.
So, Dudley, you are currently grappled. So that's how you're going to start your turn, is by being grappled by the mimic. And it's got that adhesive surface to it, so you're pretty stuck to it.
Okay. Let's see. That one only requires verbal components. Okay, that one will actually help me. And that one I could do, but that won't work either. Okay, maybe I don't have this covered. Okay. But true to my confident self, I will fake my way out of this somehow.
You can
Yeah.
make a acrobatics or athletics check to try to escape the grapple.
I will. Yeah, I will. I will. Oh, does it actually have? It has eyes, right?
It can,
Okay.
and sometimes does.
Sometimes does, but okay. So no, I'm asking because I had a question about a. No, actually, I wouldn't know that for sure. So because I've never
what's the
really
question?
met one before. Oh no, I was gonna say blur. I just read the last thing is an attacker is immune to this effect if it doesn't rely on sight, such as blind sight, or can see through illusions. But I was just asking. I can't know, like character-wise. I can ask you.
I'm
Does
gonna,
it
I'm gonna say
physically have
it'll
eyes?
probably work, but it won't
Yeah.
get you out of the grapple.
No, I didn't. I didn't expect it to get me out of the grapple, but
And
I will
you're-
actually just go for the acrobatics check first
Okay.
to get out.
And because the mimic is adhesive, that check will have disadvantage.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see, acrobatics is +3. That is a 12 total.
Okay, you remain stuck.
12 or a 14, so 12.
Yeah, you remain stuck.
And that's pretty much action for the round, right?
Yep.
Wait a second. Oh no, that also takes an action. Never mind. Okay, so I'm done.
All right. So now the mimic gets to do its thing. I love it when mimics survive long enough to actually attack. All right. Well, you are grappled, so it's going to have advantage on the attack roll. I believe a 22 will hit because you are a mere mortal.
Yes, it will hit.
and you will take 11 points of damage, combining teeth and acid.
And I am dead. Well, I'm unconscious.
That's not great.
I took all the green slime damage last time.
Yeah.
And we didn't heal from there, so I stopped struggling, fall forward first.
All right, Jonah.
All right, I am going to cast a let's see. I'm going to cast Tasha's caustic brew at the chair,
Okay.
and it requires a dex save of 11.
All right, it is going to fail that save.
Very cool.
How does that work?
So basically with this, I roll the damage of 2d4. And basically, unless the creature uses an action to scrape or wash the acid off itself, it will continue to take damage at the start of its turn.
Okay. It is at this point in time when you notice that mimics are immune to acid.
Fuck, okay.
They are actually acidic.
Shit. Okay.
Anything else going on there?
I'm going to use a hold on, let me just activate that. Then I'm going to use a bonus action to try and hide myself.
Okay. There's not much to hide behind. It's a fairly large empty room.
All right.
I'm too small to hide behind.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do a bonus action to hide. Instead, I'm gonna use tempestuous magic. So I'll cause a gust of air to surround me before I cast a spell. Well, before I cast a spell, but still, it's gonna make me fly up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. So.
Sure. So you fly a bit of the way across the room?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Bosk.
Okay. I'm chewing on my cigar here, and I'm like, all right, Dudley, come on. You're still of use to us. Jonah, we got to get him out of that thing. I am going to aim my crossbow. I am going to mark the mimic as my slayer's prey with my bonus action.
Okay.
And I am going to take a shot at it with the light crossbow.
All right.
So that's going to be a 23 to hit.
Absolutely.
It is going to take 1d8 plus 3 from the crossbow itself, so that's 8 piercing. From the Slayer's Prey, it's going to take an additional d6, which is a 5, so 13 total. And then I am going to use my Fury of the Small to add a flat 3 to that.
Okay.
Because I assume this mimic is larger than small.
It is.
Yes, then it's going to take 16 piercing damage.
So yeah, bolt flies true and straight, just thunks right into its gooey mass, and does damage as intended.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Dudley, you get to make the first death save of the campaign.
Are we ready for my continued Sunday night bullshit? Everybody, I just rolled a natural 1, so
Okay.
I get 2 death.
Yep, you have failed 2 death saves.
Well, my hope is that doing 16 damage to it with one ball is going to hopefully nettle it to where
Yes.
We can at
it
least
realizes chewing on Dudley is probably going to lead to it dying.
Yes.
That's my hope.
It does release Dudley, and then lurches forward towards Bosk.
And I'm just still smoking the cigar, just watching. I'm like, yeah, come on, you big overgrown slime. I know what to do with your kind.
A 6 should not hit you.
Nope.
So, yeah, Dudley did not roll the only one of the session.
But I roll the first one. And the
Jonam, you're up.
Alrighty. So I am actually going to go and try to stabilize.
Okay.
Yes.
Stabilize Dudley. Okay, that
Yeah.
is a medicine check. DC 10.
DC 10. I got a 12, so we're good.
All right. So Dudley, you are stable.
You are not dying.
You no longer need to make death saves.
And as a bonus action, I'm... Dudley, how tall are you? Are you short like
No,
you're...
I'm 6'1".
Okay, so I'm going to actually hide underneath, because I'm 6'2". I'm gonna try and use that as my I'm gonna cunning action to hide, and I'm gonna hide underneath Dudley in hopes that it works.
So you like run over to him and like slide behind him to apply first aid, and then hide under him.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Because that's the only thing I can hide in this room to get advantage on a hit. So.
Oh, if you're keep in mind with your sneak attack, if that's what you're looking for, all you need is an ally next to the target to do sneak attack damage.
Oh, well, you know, I could actually just... Well, think of it this way. I'll use him as camo, extra camo, and fire off a crossbow, so I'll be like a sniper.
Sure. Give me a stealth check, just to complete the action.
Alright, let's take a look.
Oh,
Oh,
I just
22.
thought of something.
So it was not a
What was
nat
that?
20, but a... What?
Okay.
Oh,
so,
I got an
so
18 plus 4, so I got a 22.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, you have turned your companion into a bunker.
A moment later, you feel some rough, leathery, like tentacles start to reach around and feel what's on top of, or like what's under us. So you're,
The backpack is trying to find a new host.
yeah. It's like,
Well, this
This
one's
guy's-
broken. I gotta get out of here.
Oh,
Alright,
this is...
Bosk.
This is not what I expected when I tried to find my person. Okay.
Okay. Is a mimic a monstrosity or is it like an aberration?
Mimic is a monstrosity.
Okay, so that's one of my favorite enemies. Do I know whether or not these things are acidic enough that like they're gonna, because it's in melee with me right now, so the crossbow is gonna be disadvantaged if I use it. If I use a sword, do I know if it's gonna corrode through that sword?
That's worth a skill check. Let's call that a survival check for you.
Okay, and I should get advantage on that because it's my favorite enemy.
Absolutely.
Oh, double sevens. Well, it's a 10 then.
Okay. Some type of mimics are adhesive enough that when you attack them with a weapon, they stick to it.
Right. But it'll still take damage.
Yes.
It's fine. It can have a sword. Okay. I'm gonna stow the light crossbow for a moment. Pull out my short swords. And take a swing. The first one. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's going to be 9 from the sword, and Slayer's Prey is an additional 1d6. So that's an additional 4. So 13 slashing damage.
$13 damage. Okay. So yeah, 13 damage to the mimic.
Okay. And then because I've got nothing else to do with my bonus action right now, I will make an offhand attack with the second short sword.
Sure.
But that's a natural 1 to hit.
Okay, so
that
that
one
doesn't do
will
anything.
miss. Yeah.
All right, and that brings us back to Dudley, or more accurate in this case, Dudley's familiar backpack.
the one ten. I'll have it reach in to the pocket and pull that thing out, pop the cork, and just grab one of the straps, just pull my mouth open, and then just dump it in with the other strap.
Yeah. So like octopus arm style, your backpack just kind of like reaches into itself, grabs the healing potion you had stored there, and provides immediate first aid. That's 2d4 plus 4 healing, I think it is.
This is the first time that I have rolled a d4 in 2020.
You don't magic missile often enough.
No, I
Nope.
was gonna say.
It's a 2d4 plus 4, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that's
At least that's what I think it is without looking it up.
well. Let's see.
I wasn't looking it up. Just roll it.
Oh, I have it right here. It says 2d4
Okay.
plus 2. But,
Okay.
yeah. So that was 4,
Well.
so 6 total.
All right. You screwed yourself out of 2 hit points. Okay. So yeah, that resuscitates you. You'll be able to act as normal next turn, and those 2 failed death saves are cleared.
Yeah.
So Mimic's gonna go buck on Bosk again, and try to actually hit him. This time he manages to roll a 9, so he's
Still
without
won't do it.
the element of surprise. This Mimic doesn't appear to have much going on. Jonam, who is hidden behind a now conscious Dudley.
I'm gonna whisper to him, "Don't move and shut up." And I'm gonna aim my short bow basically sideways, and I'm gonna shoot. I'm assuming because I have advantage because of or a sneak attack because I have
Because I'm still there. You got
yes.
some attack.
Yeah.
You would have. I don't think Dudley provides enough cover to actually give sneak attack.
No, I'm just saying
But because Bosk is next to it,
right, that's
you will
what
get
I
your
meant.
sneak attack. Yeah.
Yes.
Not because you're hidden, but because an ally is in combat with.
Okay, and do I have advantage on that or no? I'm assuming just normal roll.
No.
Okay. No worries, just wanted to see what was happening on that. Oh, nice. 18.
18 will hit.
Okay, so let's see, we're gonna have... Ugh, gross. Okay. So that'll be 7 damage from the bow.
Does that include sneak attack?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of can I use my movement action to get out from underneath Dudley?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm gonna do that just as a non-bonus action, but as a way to just kind of get up.
All right. Bosk. You've watched Jonam do a couple of completely unnecessary combat rolls.
You know what? I can appreciate a little bit of a show. But this is how you deal with a mimic, and I'm going to continue going at it with the short swords.
Mhm.
And we'll see if I get the Warren curse, or I miss as soon as I actually try to showboat. Nope, that's a 21.
All right.
Bosk actually knows what he's doing. Surprisingly.
And clearly the mimic does not.
So 4 slashing damage from the sword itself, and an additional 1d6 Slayer's Prey, which is a 1. So 5 total this time.
All right.
And if it's still alive, I'll go at it with the offhand again.
It is.
Okay. Offhand is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
So just the 1d6 because I don't get special offhand stuff. So an additional 4 slashing.
All right. Now, Dudley, the mimic has moved away from you and is currently fighting Bosk.
So much the better. I will stand up. take a longbow attack at it. Which is will an 18 hit?
Yep.
Okay. And then that is 9 points of damage.
9.
Yes.
All right. This mimic is going to get one more attack in. Finally, he hits Bosk. You're going to take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it kind of like grapples onto you and is glomped on now.
Okay.
So Jonah.
Alrighty, so it looks like I'm just gonna be like, all right, it's up to me. Um, and I'm going to. Oh, I could have done that, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Uh, Hold on, let me just see. Turn. Now I am just curious on the not what is it called? Sneak attack. Once per turn. Okay, cool. Am I able to still get that because it's grappling that thing, or?
Yeah.
I'm still within 5 feet of it, so.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to throw my storm boomerang at it.
Sure.
In attempts to excuse me, get some extra damage in there. Woo! Nice, 22.
Alright, that will hit.
Nice. So it's gonna do 1d4 plus 2, and then 3d4 lightning damage. So give me 1 second.
Thunder damage.
Thunder.
The only difference is it's loud.
Yes. Okay, and then I have to add my sneak attack onto that. Okay, so that is a total of 11 points of damage.
Okay. So, you throw your boomerang the short distance across the room and smack right into this mimic. And the concussive force of that thunder just kind of like turns it to goo and flings it away. The last bits of it kind of like stick to the wall and sizzle a little bit as it burns off the dirt and debris clinging to the wall, and then just turns to complete mush and leaks to the floor as a puddle.
Oh, disgusting. Disgusting foul creatures.
Hey, that was a nice throw, Jonah. You're a natural at this, and you only made enough noise to wake up everyone else in the dungeon, probably.
Oh, whatever. At least it stopped the problem.
No, that's fine. If they come to us, the sooner we can kill them.
We can hold our own, and I can see what you do. Dudley, on the other hand, we might have to watch him.
I'm gonna walk up to Dudley, and assuming he's still down on the ground from when he went down, or did he get up?
No. I'm back up because I took a shot at it.
Well, I'm just gonna walk up to you and be like, Dudley, come on, buddy. You know better than to sit in strange thrones. We gotta watch you. And I'm just gonna like slap him, like, and use a cure wounds on him. For an additional 6 healing.
Thank you. But to be fair, I fight an entirely different way, and I let you guys handle this.
Well, you can still join us in fights, but I mean,
I'll show you.
It would be helpful if you didn't sit in the thing that we were fighting.
Okay.
To be fair, he was a wonderful distraction.
Absolutely.
Now that the mimic is no longer there posing as the throne, you can see that there's a hidden door concealed behind the broken bits of the real throne that had been there.
Aha. Well, we can thank you, Dudley, because we now see a secret passage.
How do you know I didn't already know it was there?
Mm,
And I was just doing my job.
touche.
Oh, you people.
Very clever, Dudley. That's why I keep you around. Come on, let's go.
This is why I hired you guys.
Now, as you fiddle with the door to figure out how to get it to actually open, you can see that it has been opened recently.
Ah, a clue. Some hope.
Like a bit of spider web is disconnected from it and like hanging to the side, and then it opens up into a narrow corridor that runs north south, giving the options of left and right.
Mm,
And we can't see anything in either direction. It's just
The corridor stretches off in both directions beyond the oh, actually, hang on. Is that one there? To the north, you can see that there is a small room, and you can see the back wall of it from here. To the south, you cannot see the end of the corridor.
okay. I'm gonna step up. All right, listen. We know something's been through here. Maybe it's a contact. Maybe it's something bad. Maybe it's both. Let me take the lead on this one. And I'm gonna start heading down the left path there, like carefully. I'm looking for. I know someone's been down here, or at least I'm pretty sure someone's been down here. So I'm looking for signs of anyone having been here recently, traps they may have left that have not been triggered.
This corridor stretches on quite a distance, and it is unadorned. It's like very well carved, very well maintained. Nothing, cracked or seeping in from the outside. It's dry, but it just stretches on for about 100 feet. At the end of the corridor, there's an arched doorway, no door. And inside, you see this looks like an office or a study. Bookcases line every wall. All of the books are missing. There's a desk standing at the far side. A couple of tables, chairs, and then on the floor in front of the desk is the body of Jonam's contact.
No! And I'm gonna rush over, and I'm
No,
gonna
Jonah.
check for life.
Hold on. I'm gonna rush after him.
One other
Her?
detail that
Her.
is obvious as you enter the room. There's a painting behind the desk that looks exactly like this room, but there's a man standing in the painting who rushes to the front of the painting and is like yelling at you, "Oh, wow, okay, somebody's here, great. Hi."
Tell
Give
me
us
why.
one moment.
Tell me why I
That-
shouldn't throw my boomerang at you right now.
Whoa, Jonah.
Because
Okay,
on the painting.
everyone relax. Let's look at the contact. Is she clearly dead?
Yes, has been for a while.
Okay. Are there any evidence of what killed her? Like wounds, anything like that?
Several sword slices.
Okay. I'm gonna look it over and then I'm gonna look at Jonah and say, okay, now you can be mad.
I'm gonna rush over and basically pick up my contact and like basically just I'm gonna search over to see if there's anything on her that I can take that might be important, but I'm also kind of gonna gently lay her in my hand like arms while I do this.
It looks like somebody's beaten to the loot phase here. You know the type of equipment you'd expect a agent in the field to have with them, and any of it that has any kind of value is missing. So there's normally like a backpack or a satchel that documents and things like that would be gone. Weapons are gone.
Oh my god, there's nothing.
Check her boots. Check in her boots. I would hide something in my boots
That-
if I needed to.
That's what I'm doing. I'm checking
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
And
you're not seeing anything there that gives you much in the way of clues as to what she was doing here.
Okay. I'm gonna, while they're going over the body, I'm gonna step up to the painting and look up at the guy, and it's like, all right, pal, start talking.
Okay. Okay. First off, I don't even know. Time, not great with it anymore. I've been stuck in here so long. I don't know.
I'm gonna
But-
angrily, while that's happening, I'm gonna angrily toss my boomerang, not like aiming to do damage, but toss it at the painting, like the border of it.
He like reflexively flinches as something's thrown at him. It's like, hey, yo, whoa, stuck in here. Can't get out. You can't hurt me. Just, it's really, just stop that, please.
You're frustrating me.
You're frustrated. I've been stuck in here for 300 years. You want to talk about frustrated?
So we couldn't burn the painting?
Oh God, please no.
Well, I mean, you said we couldn't hurt you. I mean, I'm just curious if you think.
Let's not test it, okay?
Well, who are you?
Why don't you just tell us what you saw?
Okay, well, that one, and he like points towards the dead woman. She came in here a while ago looking for answers to. We didn't get that far. She came in here. She was about ready to ask me a question when some guy burst in the door behind her and attacked.
What did this guy look like?
Tall guy, well-trimmed beard, two shiny swords. Went right at her. No introduction. Killed her, took her satchel, and left. I hid behind the desk, and he points to the desk in the painting. At this point, you notice there is one difference between the room that he's in and the one that you're in. The bookshelves in his room are still filled with books.
So, Jonah, person, two shiny swords, well-trimmed facial hair. Ring any bells with you?
Can since I've been kind of scoping out the city, does that kind of spark anything in my brain that I can kind of remember from when I was doing recon?
Not really. It's too general of a description given in haste to kind of pin an ID to.
Unfortunately, no. It's too vague. My targets weren't. My people of interest did not include a person of this description. And I'm gonna gently lay down. I'm actually gonna put my contact on the desk, basically, and I'm gonna lay her body down on the desk.
You said he left. Did he leave the way we came in, or some other way?
No, he left the way you came in.
He's still out there.
If we took you off the wall, that wouldn't.
The painting appears to be hard mounted to the wall.
Okay.
It doesn't appear to be removable.
I'm gonna look at the painting and notice that there are books, and I'm gonna ask. I was sent on a mission, and this was going to be my contact. I'm noticing that there's a lack of books in here, and those could have been information that we have needed for that mission. I need to know what are the subjects of books that are on the bookcases in your painting.
Oh, the guy who stocked this library. I never got his name. Me and my friends had just heard that this place was open. So we came in to do some good old-fashioned adventure-style looting.
Admirable.
And I got trapped in here. And my friends left me behind. So I've had plenty of time to read every one of these books.
Very interesting.
They are histories, fictional novels, ecology books, biographies. It's a collection.
Is there a common underlying theme? Like, are they all connected to a region or a group of people or
Yeah,
anything?
a lot of them are from Kalimshan and Tethir. Tethir is another nearby kingdom.
This is problematic. I have nothing
Well,
to go
Talk
on.
about problematic. I've been stuck in a painting for 3 centuries.
Well, we can't get you out,
Out of
unfortunately. I don't have the means to undo a trapping magic such as this.
Uh, just out of curiosity, is there another smaller painting in that painting?
No. There's
I
no infinity shot.
No, I'm just wondering. I was gonna say, just go deeper.
Get himself trapped in further paintings.
Go
until we
deeper.
destroy him.
You might
I'll go
get out that
deeper
way.
into Paint World.
All right, so buddy, we'd love to help you if you have a reward, but we don't know how. What do you want us to do here?
Can we
I'd
scrape
like-
you off the wall?
I'd like company. There's not many people to talk to in here. Sometimes I went 50 years the one time alone. It was rough.
I'm gonna look over at Dudley and be like, "This is why you don't free something when it's been imprisoned for too long. They go nuts." Not
I'm
talking about you. We'll let you out. Maybe.
He's
so,
just a guy. I certainly wouldn't free him if I had. I mean,
so I know that the painting is basically it's wall mounted. But I would like to try to take the I have some string in my backpack, and I'd like to try and do that thing where you go back and forth behind something to see if you can unstickify it or loosen it to see if I can at least get the canvas.
Yeah, well, there is no canvas. It's like a metallic material that everything's painted onto. And there's no way you can get that string underneath it. It doesn't give you any. There's no gap there for it to get underneath. It's purely a magical construct thing.
Mm-hmm. We can't take you with you, and there's no way that you can transport via photos. So there's nothing we can do about that.
Well, I've kind of given up on hope on that, but like I just want to talk to people or something. Like I require human contact.
I will. I will make you a deal here. I will do some research, and I will either find a way to have people come and visit you in the very near future.
I know a lot of things to talk about now. I've read every one of these books.
I'm gonna shuffle up to Dudley and be like, "Dudley, are you thinking what I'm thinking? We could, sell tickets to Magical Talking Painting. Get a lot of people coming in here. Good tourist attraction.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody's happy. We're rich."
worth a silver or two, right? And if you get enough silver, you makes pile, and and then
I
you get a
see
stack
nothing wrong
about
with
your
this.
height, and then we're good. Yeah,
Listen, I am.
It's probably better than our green slime business.
Safer too.
Morally, I am not connected with you guys. But to say off the record, I think this is
That means he doesn't want a cut of the profits.
This is a genius idea. Agreed. Because I do not want to be a part of this. However, it is a genius idea, and I hope you the best.
Thank you.
I mean, besides, we're gonna have to make enough money to hire somebody powerful enough to get him out of the painting. So what better than like a fundraiser where we think of it as a charitable organization. We'll take 90%, give 10% to the charity.
I truly appreciate this effort you're going into to get me out of here. But I do want to inform you of one additional complication. And he just like points over to the far corner of the room, where you see a mummified skeleton wearing the same clothes he is.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. All I do is I grab a couple of your bones, throw them in the old backpack, and we have you back to normal, wearing a skin suit and all in a couple months. No problem.
I'm pretty sure we'll just be creating a zombie at that point with no soul, as the soul is trapped within this painting. I mean, let me just end it here and now. And I take out some oil, and I'm like, let me just douse the body. We'll leave the painting. I'll just douse the body. We'll free it, and the soul will be free to do whatever it wants.
There's a wizard in here a couple of years ago who had a theory about me being an astral projection now. He talked a lot but listened very little, so I don't know how much of that is accurate.
Can you pinch yourself?
Well, yeah, like I'm
Does it hurt?
in here. I'm as real as I can be, except I don't need to eat.
Okay, but
Which
does
is
it
good
hurt?
because there's no food in here.
Do you bleed? These are serious questions. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
Have you,
I can, like not so much pain, but bleed.
Yep.
Yeah.
your sensation? Okay. No, I mean those are all good things to know.
I spent a good 20, 30 years exploring all of those options. Watching my own body rot, that was fun.
But you know, on the bright side, you don't eat. You also don't have to designate a corner of that painting as a leavings place, right?
That was a huge worry on day one.
All right. Well, this is fascinating and everything, but it's not really helping us get to the bottom of this case here.
I could definitely ID the murderer if I saw them again.
Right. Which would be more convenient if we could bring you with us, but I guess that's a little bit difficult. The other question is, why was Jonam's contact here, and what were they going to ask you?
She was talking about. She had questions about the mural in the throne room. And from what I've gathered, it's a history book for Calamshan.
Yes, that we determined, or were able to determine.
The original owner of this place, a man named Ryvor, seemed to have an obsession with Calamshan history.
Sorry, repeat that?
The man who built this place had an obsession with Calamshan's history. His name was Ryvor. He was eccentric in the extreme because there's a lot of stuff in here that doesn't make any sense.
So aside from the contact and the murderer, have you seen much of anything come through here in the last few days?
I don't have a way of telling time.
Ah, you do. Okay, dead body was on the ground before they came in or after they came in?
No one's been here since the murder.
Okay, that's good enough. We don't need to the second because we can't figure that out. I get it, but it's good. So nobody else has been here since the murder. Okay.
Yeah. Watching her bloat and decay has been the most interesting thing that's happened in here, other than the murder itself, in a long time.
Well,
I don't have stimulation.
I mean, I understand the curiosity of that. I just think that maybe
Well, it's not the first time I've watched someone decay. It's just the first time I've watched someone who wasn't me.
Yeah, but I think that might have been
It's better this way.
thing to say with her over here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Insensitive. I'm the one with problems here.
Yeah, no. We all have problems.
This is pointless. We need to leave. And I'm gonna pick up my contact and be like, I need to bury her.
Is that
Um,
what you normally do, or you do something like, I don't know, throw him off a cliff? You're like an air genasi person.
Well, we would usually report back with the bodies if we could to our headquarters, but unfortunately that's not a possibility for me right now. This is too urgent of an issue.
I would suggest maybe, I'm not saying leave her permanently, but I mean, if there's more that we're going to explore around here, carrying a dead, bloated body around is going to be detrimental to your activities. We can come back here, Mr. Painting Man over here. Sorry, don't know your name. Don't care, actually, so don't say him at this moment. He can watch, and we can come back and make sure that she's given a proper burial, proper respects and everything, but maybe not bringing her along right now might be more helpful
He
for a
just
little
kind of
while.
sulks a little bit. My name's Lewis.
Well,
Pleasure to meet you, Lewis. I'm
Lewis.
Bosk.
And I don't have time for this. And I set the body back down on the desk. We need answers now.
Well, Lewis ain't much help besides what he's already told us. We know this guy has a beard, nicely well trimmed. That's pretty much it. Apparently, however, it sounds like your contact wasn't brought here against your will. So there must have been something relevant to your investigations here, I would assume.
I just don't understand why they didn't leave me a sign or anything. Maybe they just thought they weren't in danger.
It sounds to me like this was a pretty sudden thing. So maybe this individual with the two swords had been here for a while, knew a lot more about what was going on here, and when your contact showed up, contact found a place to get information, and before she could continue the conversation about information, was ambushed and killed, and this other person ran off.
Bandits have used this place as a hideout in the past.
Let's just continue. I can't.
There was a
can't
cult
do
here
this.
once. They weren't any fun at all.
Well, that's real interesting. Thanks for the insight, Lewis.
I was worried. I didn't want a demonic incursion happening here. I didn't want to see that. I mean, it would have been something to see, which was great, but also demonic incursion, so bad.
Okay,
Mostly
well,
bad.
we're gonna go now. We'll
Don't
be
go.
back. You be good. It'll be fine.
He just like
Jonah.
sits down in the chair behind the desk and just like lays
Is
his
there-
head down, very dejected.
There's not like any fabric or anything in here, because there's gonna be a total deck to just cover the painting when we walk out. Go to bed. It works for birds.
Jonim,
Yes.
you're the boss here. What do we do next?
And I'm gonna look at my contact, and I'm just gonna look down to the floor. We have to go on. We have to find this person. I need to get back whatever my contact had in terms of documents. It's the only way I know how to continue. I just don't know. I really don't. We need to search the dungeon a little bit more.
Okay. Then we gotta at least make sure we're not leaving anything behind. Let's go. Lewis, you wait for us right here.
Not funny.
Not trying to be funny. Jeez, you'd think that after 300 years you'd learn some patience.
Think about it this way: count to 1,000,000. We'll be back before you're done.
He's trying to be funny. He's not funny.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. Count to
Oh,
1,000,000.
well then that's sad. Anyways, let's go.
I'm gonna whisper and say, like, 1,000,000 didn't exist back then. 1,000,000 happened 150 years after he was trapped in that painting.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He has no concept of what a million is.
No, counting didn't exist, but yes, let's continue.
There's counts all over the place.
Oh, true.
Yeah, there is a door on the far side of this room too. It leads to a bedroom, which has been quite thoroughly looted.
Okay. Well,
One thing of note there though is the closet in that room has manacles in it.
yeah, it's a dungeon, as you do.
It's a dungeon now, but at one point in time had been a more of a mansion.
Weirdly, I'm gonna ask: are they labeled for the day of the week? Are they like the Friday manacles or the?
No, just bolted to the wall.
I mean, if I was abducting people, that'd be a great place to keep them. So that might be a potential clue. But let's go back, check out that area, and do this relatively quickly because I understand your concern about your contact here. I just knew there's a little more that we got to look for, and I don't have a means of hauling the body along without potential furthering damage to it.
That's fine. We just need to go.
Yeah, I guess whatever was the opposite way from when we went down this hallway, we can check that out next.
Yeah, when the other option you had from the secret door.
Yeah.
That takes you to a armory. Various types of empty weapon racks are on the walls and throughout the center of the room. There's a handful of rusted out and pitted weapons. Give me a investigation check though, as you search through this room.
Would you like that check from everyone, or do you want it from?
If you're searching the room, sure.
I got a 16.
I too have a 16 actually.
Jonam?
Sorry, my roll for some reason is not working. Hold on, let me just refresh the page real quick. It was investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Which I'm good at. That is a 21.
Alright. It looks like somebody dropped a small bag that is leaking light.
I'm going to quickly grab that bag.
Yeah, it's like a handful size bag. And inside it there's a sphere about the size of a golf ball.
Do I recognize this as anything that we would have had at the our main base of operations? Some sort of.
Not specifically. Do you take it out of the bag?
With caution.
Okay. It's a chalky white sphere that shines with bright lantern-like light.
Oh, this may come in useful. Especially since I can't see under here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a minor magical item called a glow globe. Glow globe.
Glow globe.
That should be in D&D Beyond.
There's nothing else in that bag.
What, do you want the bag?
No, I just wanted to make sure there was nothing else there.
You can have the bag. I need this because I can't see.
I don't need the bag. I have my own bag. And I'll give a little high five to the shoulder strap.
Alright.
Sorry, drift globe. That's what they call it.
A drift globe?
Yeah.
Okay. Drift globe. Oh, that did not do what I wanted to do. Oh, God. Drift globe. Got it. So I'm
Yeah,
adding
it's
that to inventory.
it weighs about a pound, with a command word, which you can figure out after you've carried it for a while. Um, it'll do light or daylight. The daylight effect can only be used once per day.
Okay. So I'm
Daylight is
gonna...
very much like light, except it really screws over things that are burned by daylight.
I'm going to put this in my pocket for the time being, and I'm going to be like, someone else in our party may need this more than I do, but I'm gonna hold on to it now as they don't seem to want to talk to me. You two are the only ones willing to talk to me right now.
You can use that because I will point to my eyes and I'll make them flicker a little bit. I can see a great distance in magical and normal darkness, so I have no real need for light. But if you need it and it's beneficial to you, I have no problems with you holding onto it.
Well,
Oh,
regardless of that, were there any other exits from this armory, or is that it? That was it?
No, that was just it's just a square room. So that would
All
be
right.
everything that's on this side of the secret door.
All right. Well, we can always go back and start with that door that Dudley was futzing with earlier.
It was a fancy door. I
Yep,
mean, well, okay. Well, the first door wasn't fancy. The
Correct.
one beyond all the furniture was.
Yes.
then let's go check it out.
So it's not a very long walk to get back to there. And when you go through that waiting room sort of area and open that second door, this is what we've best described as like a visiting guest bedchamber. There's a big like canopy bed that's collapsed in on itself. A whole bunch of other crumbled furniture. The stuff in here has gotten moisture into it, so the books are moldy and illegible. Uh, but unlike the other rooms you've been in, this has like just a bunch of stuff in it, just furniture-wise.
Given my previous experience with the seat, I actually have my bow drawn and an arrow like as close to ready to fire, and just pointing it at the various furniture pieces as we go.
Good. You now distrust all furniture.
Yes, I won't even when I get back to my house or my inn room. I won't even trust the bed there.
So, as you're scanning the room, hopped up on paranoia, give me a perception check.
I have advantage. I have advantage on that because of that coin, the nether coin.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and it's a good thing I had because I rolled a 1 and a 9. So let's see, like 9 is actually an 11.
All right.
So
You spot two things. The first thing you spot is a very plain leather bag, roughly this size, full of coins. You know, like when you touch it and feel it, it feels like coins. You also notice that there's in the corner, one of the floor tiles has lifted up and is loose.
I guess I will pull. I will like push up that tile, like try to pull it out.
The tile slides away, and you see like this foot deep hidden alcove with just a pile of severed hands.
Hmm.
Guys,
How fresh are they?
mummified?
This is
Slightly less
Um,
horrifying.
No, but I don't like this given everything else we've seen. It just, I kind of want to like take that tile and try to push it back.
Yeah, right as you start to nope out from this, like the hand on top of the pile like leaps up onto its fingers, and then pounces out of the hole, attacking Dudley.
Dudley,
The
come on. We let you wander off for one moment, and look what happens.
I shouldn't be surprised.
There are roughly, we're gonna say 6 severed hands in this alcove. So I want a second initiative check.
All right, this will be fun.
18. I was ready for this one.
7. I wasn't ready, but I wasn't surprised.
Got
Dudley?
a 21 this time.
All right. Dudley, you get to act first.
Since I'm backing, yeah, I will use my movement to back up.
Crawling claws can't speak. Wonder why.
Eh, I would be concerned because they'd be like Moander hands or something if they had like teeth in it. No. And I'm gonna go for a bow attack on one of them, whatever one is. And I'm going to cry because I just rolled a natural 1 to a 7.
All right, so that will absolutely miss.
Yep.
Bosk.
I got my crossbow ready. I'm going to set my sights on one of them as Slayer's prey, probably the first one that jumped out,
Sure.
and shoot at it with the crossbow.
All right.
So that's a 21 to hit.
All right. Just pins it to the floor. Destroys it.
All right. Then that's my turn.
Okay. So the first one that jumped out of the hole is leaping for Dudley's face. Does a 11 hit you?
I know it doesn't.
All right. Second one, it like runs out of this hole and then straight up the wall, spider style, and then kind of like backflip leaps towards Jonim. But it also misses and just flies over her head. The next two are gonna make a run towards Bosk, and they go crawling straight up your legs.
Oh, jeez. Dudley, why did you do this to us?
Oh, just give me a second. I'll give you a hand.
And one of them, like as it gets up into like the meaty part of your thigh, like the claws just like sink in and clamps on, and you're going to take 6 points of damage from that. It has also grappled you for what it's worth.
Okay.
It does not like prevent you from moving, but it's attached. Jonim.
All right, so the one that kind of did a backflip behind me, I'm going to kind of look at it, and I'm going to I'm basically gonna try an acid, or I'm gonna try and do an acid splash on it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a dex save of at least 11.
It did not.
Okay, very cool.
It just sizzles and burns.
Yes, so that's gonna be 3.
Yeah. They've got 2 hit points, so I'm not even gonna bother with the dice roll. If you hit, you kill. They are minions in the purest sense.
All right, and in that sense, I'm gonna, I'm assuming those two behind me have gone a little bit further away from me and are now trying to fight the other hands.
There's 4 of them left. One leapt over Dudley and missed his face. 2 of them are on Bosk's legs. The other 2 are still scrambling across the floor.
Cool. I'm gonna kind of get near the 2 that are scrambling across the floor, and I'm gonna end it there.
Okay. So the 2 you move to attack you. They both like leap onto you and deal 3 damage each for a total of 6.
Okay. And can oh no, I can't do. I'm assuming I can't do cunning action to. No, that wouldn't cut it in half. What cuts it in half? Is that
That's
later
much
on?
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it takes 6 points.
Yeah, you don't get uncanny dodge until
Uncanny
much
dodge. Thank you. So I'll take the 6 points.
All right. Dudley.
Okay. Let's see. So there's 4 left, and 2 of them. Well, they're
1 is near you. The other 3 are not.
okay. So the one that's nearest me, I will attempt to attack. Oh, damn it! I already did that, so it doesn't matter though. But will a 16 hit?
Yep.
Okay. So, How
How do you kill it?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna get an arrow. It's gonna just pin to the ground.
Okay.
Up close, and then I will turn around as a bonus action. I will hex the hand that's on Bosk's thigh, the one that's like digging into Bosk's thigh right now.
Okay.
Careful where you aim that hex.
Oh, don't worry. It's clearly just going to affect that, but
Yeah.
I
And
cannot.
these are one of the few undead that are not immune to necrotic damage.
And
Fuck.
it will have a disadvantage on dexterity
Okay.
checks if need be.
Bosk, you're up.
Okay. Whip out the short swords. Make an attack against one of the hands. I guess I'll go for the one that's not hexed. And that's going to be a dirty 20 to scrape it off.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna bonus action 2 weapon fighting, go for the other one. And that's a 24 to hit.
So yeah.
I could technically actually fail to kill this one hit because if I roll a
skewered
1.
2 of them, and I don't want to deal with 1 hit point creatures.
Okay. Well, I did roll a 1, but you can cheat it away if you want.
Yeah. Jonam. There's 1 remaining crawling claw.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna take a look at this one remaining claw.
Say it again before you can attack it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at this one remaining crawling claw.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do something that I think would be cool. I'm gonna whip out a dagger. And I'm going to enchant Booming Blade onto it.
Booming blade.
Brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting. Make a melee attack with it against one creature. Then 5 feet of you. On a hit, the target suffers the weapon's attack normal effects and then becomes sheathed in booming energy. So I'm going to finish it off in style.
Okay. Make the attack roll.
Alrighty. It is going to be a 13 to hit.
Okay. So, Booming Blade, when you hit with that, like the entire impact of the hit doesn't do anything. But the claw just kind of like has this humming energy that sticks onto it for a minute. And as soon as it moves to attack someone, it just bursts with another clap of thunder.
And
Well, that was overkill. I like it.
it's just a little warning to those who want to continue to mess with us that I mean business.
Well,
I will search that hole while they're having this discussion.
yeah, I'm gonna go over there as well because I'd like to see what Dudley has turned up for having to make us deal with a bunch of mummified hands, feeling us.
Someone leveled up. Where are we? Here. There's a couple of things in the bottom here. There's a tiny necklace case that holds has a necklace in it with it's kind of hard to tell what kind of stones they are. They're shiny black, possibly obsidian. And the total value of the necklace is probably around 100 gold pieces. That would vary a lot depending on where you are able to sell it. Then there's also 2 scrolls in there that have 2 spells on them, which none of you can read at the moment because you'll need to take a rest and study them to figure out what they are.
Okay. I'm just gonna reach over and grab the necklace and be like, I'll hold on to this until we can sell it. Don't worry. It won't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's a nice case.
Nice necklace, too. Dudley, I applaud you for finding something of value in this picked clean hellhole.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about the hands. That I knew it was a problem the second I saw them, but couldn't do anything about that at that point.
And
but
you said you saw something else too.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah, there's a small, plain-looking sack of coins.
Somebody dropped their coin purse or coin bag, whatever. I think there's a part of me right now that just wants to set that on fire, because if we do that and there are coins left, then they're probably coins. But if it's anything else and it screams or flips us the middle finger or does any kind of weird thing, then we've accomplished.
Now, it could also be filled with the notes Jonah's looking for, but if you want to set it on fire, go ahead.
Do not. I need to read these before you can burn them, please.
Okay, I have a slightly more elegant solution.
You'll give me the fucking notes?
There's no you.
That's the only
There's
elegant
no-
outcome I can see to
Right
the
now, they're
situation.
Schrodinger's notes.
Yeah, we don't know if there's anything in there. I am going to hold my breath. I'm gonna grab like the bottom of the sack and like try to pull it back, but just try to pull it back so that it like is turned up and like can fall out. Anything that's in it will fall out.
Yeah, 22 coins fall to the floor and like roll.
Okay, so no notes. That's what's
I'll
here.
take those. I'm gonna start gathering up the coins.
Give me an investigation check.
14.
What was that?
14.
14? You only find 17 of them?
Dudley, go find the rest.
The coins you did find are 17 identical coins. Eagle on one side, lion on the other.
Is it a coinage that any of us recognize?
No, not really. I mean, they're really like normally a coin will have some type of indication on where it was minted or who made it. Some king will put their face on it. This is just a lion and an eagle.
Or some nation's credo or
Yeah.
something, some marking.
Yeah,
on
no
it.
words whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't think these are like real coins.
Weight wise, feel wise, they appear to be gold coins.
Okay. Well, I will give a quick sweep around the rest of the area to see if any of those other coins are actually visible or just they
Give me an
just made it.
investigation.
Uh, 21.
You find 2 more of them, but the other 3 remain missing.
Okay. While he's searching, because now he's giving me the idea that they might be counterfeit coins, I'm gonna give him the old bite test.
Okay. When you bite into it, it like turns to glue in your mouth.
That's unpleasant.
Very
spit that
much
out.
so. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
12.
Let's call that 3 points of damage. Like it's very acidic in that similar way to the mimic.
Is it actually acid damage? Because I am resistant to that.
Oh yeah, then you'll just take 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to spit that out and just have this big
Oh.
scowl.
My God, are these like mimic eggs?
Dudley, here, these are for you. I'm gonna hand him the rest of the coins.
Sweet. Like, I hand one to my backpack. You're gonna have a little buddy soon. I mean, well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
backpack like gets up on on its straps and like kind of does like this motion where it's hissing at it like a cat, and then pounces on it and eats it.
Disgusting.
Not the desired effect, but okay. You know what? Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think we should move on.
I'm gonna take my remaining coin, put him in a little cubby where the hands were, and cover it back up.
Okay.
It'll be someone else's problem.
Yep, seeding it for future adventures. Alright. Would you guys like to pause here for a short rest?
We probably should at some point.
This would probably be the best place to do so.
Yeah. It's a secure room where you can do that. There's only one door. It also gives us a fairly good place to stop for.
Yeah, it's getting to be about.
It's
that
a bit
time.
early, but since the wonderful women of Carpe Nerdus decided not to join us tonight, I think we should pause here.
Yeah. Sounds good with me.
So, yeah, dungeon shenanigans.
Okay.
I love how many classic cliches are presented in one dungeon. So yeah, between now and next session, we'll be back tomorrow night, hopefully, unless life happens again, for the continuation of our Water Deep game. And then we're going to probably be taking most of the holiday season off for normal game schedule. We do have a Christmas Eve game planned, correct? Was someone doing Christmas Eve?
No, we have a New Year's Eve. We do not have a Christmas Eve.
New Year's Eve, yeah. Oliver, when were you planning your Spelljammer?
I think we were planning New Year's Day for that.
Okay, yeah, that's it. New
Sometime
Year's
after
Eve,
Nick
I'll be
gets home
running.
from work. So
Yeah, New Year's Eve, I'll be running a vampire one shot, different game system for us. Lots of D10s. It'll be fun. And then New Year's Day, Oliver will be doing another one of his series of Spelljammer one shots.
Yes, so that will be good. I actually found out I do not actually work on New Year's Day, so I should be there.
Oh, okay. Well, there we
I
go.
don't actually work all of the days I clock in, so that too. But yeah, between now and then, Evil Sales Ass on Twitter is the best place to find me. I also lurk the Carpe Nerdus Discord, which is pinned various places. So yeah, let's pass it right off to Derek.
Derek, you can find me at Derek Awesome, DERK Awesome on Twitter. That's about all right now. Much else going on? So, Nick.
Yes, you can find me at BlueAura94YT on Twitter. Pretty much nothing much going there, just due to the holidays. Everything else, find us here in the Discord. We will not be having our Humblewood game until possibly our next one until possibly first or second week of January due to the holidays. And we will possibly seeing Soft back, which will be great. We will have a full party once again.
Neat.
Yes. So other than that, I guess I am passing it to Oliver. Did you go?
Nope.
I'm
I'll
passing
be
it
the
to
last
you.
one. I'm Oliver. I have been Oliver, and I have been Bosk, and you cannot find me on those social media sites. You can find us on our Discord, down below, somewhere, anywhere.
It's in chat right now.
Yeah, you can find me there. You can find Derek and Kevin and Nick and all of our usual people can be found there, and some more.
Many of our people are unusual, and they can also be found there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So go there and find us when we're not here.
Alrighty.
That's it.
All right, Nick, shut it down.
Alrighty. Everyone have a great rest of your night. And thank you for watching.
Good night.